Welcome to the Talking the Line podcast, presented to you by Talking the Line Sports Media, giving you our best insights and analysis so you can rake in some cold hard cash on your next sports bet. Now sit on back, open up your mind, and let's cash some tickets. We can't thank you enough for joining us. We hope you enjoy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers, far and wide, and welcome in to episode number 252 of the Talking the Line podcast on this absolutely beautiful Friday of bets. The weekend is upon us. More ticket cashing is to be had. But before we can get into all of that, my friends, if you could be so kind to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently ingesting the TTL pod on. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell over there as well so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping on the channel. Or if you're watching on one of our social media platforms, make sure you hit that like button, that follow button there too so you never miss any of the additional social media content that gets dished out. Or if you're listening to the show on your favorite podcast directory, make sure you hit that subscribe button there too if you haven't already, as we do release the audio of every episode after each live show is complete. Next item up on the docket. Hey, if you could be so kind, you can find it in your heart to do so. Maybe while you're watching your boy today, go ahead, hit that other like button. Leave me a comment, leave me a rating. Jump on over yonder in the live chat if you're all watching live. You know I love to connect with you here live in prime time on the show. Hey, maybe also hit that share button too. Send it on over to your brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, friends, hell, enemies, neighbors, people who live on the opposite side of the damn globe as you, but you would refer to as a good old-fashioned ticket cash and degenerate, because that's what I am here at the TTL pod, and I can't thank you enough when you do all of those things, because it only helps me make TTL Sports Media bigger and better for each and every one of you. Last, certainly not least, head on over down there to this episode's description, where you will locate the Talking the Line link tree. Within that link tree, you will find talkingtheline.com website, all of the additional content coming from TTL Sports Media, and all of the additional social platforms that you might want, whether that be Facebook, Instagram, everything in between, all in one convenient location, so you can consume that however and whenever you please. Ladies and gentlemen and beautiful gambling people, joining me for episode number 252 of the Talking the Line podcast, I am your humbled, honored, hyped, and always handicapping host, Cappin Colt Soroka, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me, get some picks, get some insights, do a little board walking, get some juicy parlays, dive into more rabbit holes than we all can keep track of together. You know the drill. Make sure you have those rabbit hole diving shorts firmly affixed today, my friends. You might want to bring an extra belt along because we got plenty of them to get into on today's show. But before we do that, my friends, you know it is a full transparency show here at the TTL Pod. So as always, it is now time to recap all of yesterday's best bets of the day before we get into today's action from March the 31st, 2022. You see them there, my friends. 1-1 on the day. Obviously, I always tell you play your parlays in half units and full units on the straight plays. If you did that, it was definitely a positive day. Not a huge positive day, but definitely a positive day nonetheless. Still woke up green in the account. I got a feeling that today's special play of the day is going to be the one that makes it to the pay window. A couple of wheel spinners, a lot of weird stuff going on with the special plays. I got some straight plays. I got one straight play today, and I got the Friday Four Pack Parlay. I do believe they are headed straight to the pay window, but for now, there's all of yesterday's best bets of the day. So 1-1 on the day. I believe it was up 0.54 units. I believe it was somewhere in that ballpark. So there you go, my friends. All of yesterday's best bets of the day. Xavier Musketeers, Cashola, and the Board Bender Parlay. No siree. Okay. Super simple, super easy on that one. It wasn't nothing too much major going on yesterday on my card. Very simple, very, very easy card to get through. As far as today goes, we got the College Basketball Classic back up on tap. I think we got 9 or 10 NBA games. We also have half a dozen NHL games, I think. So we got plenty to talk about today. No hesitation, no delay over here. If you want to follow all of my picks, you miss anything in between, just head over to talkingtheline.com/today's-best-bets. You'll be able to see all of my best bets right there on the tabs, as well as any additional tracking platforms that I use in conjunction to those. So as well, while you're on talkingtheline.com, stop by all the tabs. You can see all the additional shows, the blogs, everything all in between, our partners, everything you guys get access to because of our partners, everything all in between. Stop by and check it out. But we might as well just get right on into it here today. Nothing major to kick the show off. Second half of the show will be decent. There's, I don't know, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 things I kind of wanted to touch on in the Rants Reactions. Decent little crypto corner, motivation minutes. Get us on up, get us on out, and into the weekend, my friend. So for now, get ready, rip out those sports books or whatever mode, means, or method you utilize to start hammering in some plays, my friends, because it is time to go board walking with Cappin Colt. That is right, my friends. Let me get everything set up on the additional monitor over here as we get ready to walk down the board on this beautiful Friday of Bets. All right, my friends, you know the drill. We'll get the ticker on a ticking by this point in time, and we are going to start right here. This game, rotation number 893, 894, is a lone college basketball game on tap today. 5 p.m. Central Time tip. You see it right there. Fresno State Bulldogs against the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. And why am I starting here and skipping over the NBA games first, obviously, when they're up at the top? Because I got a play out of this game. I actually got 2 plays out of this game. One's my best bet, and one's going on the Friday 4-pack. As far as my best bet goes, my friends, I am hammering in the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers plus 3.5, and what I'm coining the basketball classic crusher. We're crushing the books with this one, my friends, because last time I checked, per the Action Network, Fresno State -3 is getting about 84% of bets, 95% of actual money wagered on that spread, yet it is frozen, more frozen solid than the ice cube in the back of your doggone freezer. This line ain't going nowhere. You see it there on your screen. -3s all the way across the market. It has been getting this exact same action since last night, 2 days, 3 days ago, and this line is going nowhere. Wager Talk, obviously a little less. You see it there, 63% of bets, 67% of the handle coming in on the Fresno State Bulldogs. Nonetheless, I think it's a little bit of a public side, and I think it's a little bit of a trap here for the Bulldogs. Why do I believe that? I dug deep into their last 10 games overall, and this is one of the shortest spreads they've had against a quote-unquote inferior opponent. They've been favored by 7 points, 12.5 points, 12.5 points, 13.5 points, 10 and 8 out of their last 10 games. They were also 6-point dogs to San Diego State, 8-point dogs to them again, and 2.5-point dogs to them again, as well as 5-point dogs to Wyoming to wrap up the full 10. So when they played some of that high-level competition, they were underdogs. But when they played some of that lackluster, low-level competition, they were super high double-digit favorites. Now they're only a favorite of 3 points, especially after rolling Southern Utah, where everybody had the Thunderbirds +7. They beat them 67-48, and now they're down to a 3-point favorite. I just can't get down with that. So I had to go deeper. I had to look into Coastal Carolina's last 10, and boy, oh boy, did it make me solidified in my position on taking all 3 points with the Chants. In their last 10, they've been a 1-point dog, 2.5-point favorite, 13-point favorite, 5 and 7-point favorite, 3.5-point dog, 4-point favorite, 1-point dog, 4.5-point favorite, and 1.5-point dog. Of course they're going to be the dog in their spot against the perceived better team in the Fresno State Bulldogs, and I am just not buying it. It clearly seems that everybody, their brothers, their aunts, their uncles, their dogs, their cousins twice removed are buying into the Bulldogs, but I'm just not going to do it here today because of simply the fact of where this line is and the fact that it is not going anywhere. But if you don't believe me, believe the trends. Fresno State 4-9 against the number of their last 13 overall, 3-9 against the number of their last 12 versus a team with a winning straight-up record. They are also 1-4 ATS their last 5 overall, 1-4 ATS last 5 as a favorite, and 1-5 straight up their last 6 Friday games on the road. Yes, this game is actually played in Coastal Carolina. Speaking of the Chants, 6-1 ATS last 7 overall, 4-0 ATS last 4 versus a team with a winning straight-up record, 4-1 ATS last 5 following a straight-up and ATS win. 5-2 ATS last 7 Friday games, 7-1 straight up last 8 Friday games, and 6-0 straight up their last 6 Friday games on their home hardwood. Give me all the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers +3 with maybe a potential for a little, shout out Jeff Dawson, pizza and beer sprinkle come tip off. But that is my one and only best bet of the day. Hot dog, that felt good. I don't know. That felt real good. I don't know about you guys, but that felt good. So did that. High quality H2O. All right, well, there takes care of the college basketball slate. Well, we'll actually talk about it a little. Obviously, I didn't talk about the total at all. If you kind of look there on the total, let me get back over here so you guys can kind of see it highlighted. You see there 83% of action, 94% of the handle coming in on the over right now. So something to think about. Opened up at 126.5, and it's gone nowhere despite that action. Oh, wait, up to 127 on WinBet with the hook. Do with that information what you will. We'll talk about it later in the second segment of the day, the Friday Four Pack Parlay. But let's move our attention up to the top here, and we're going to get into the NBA slate of the day, my friends. Now, I do have 2 NBA plays coming on the Friday Four Pack Parlay, so I'll tell you what the games are, and I won't give away the plays, obviously. But we'll kick things off. Rotation number 501, 502, 6:10 p.m. Central tip. Dallas Mavs, Washington Wizards. You see it right there, line opened 8.5, up to 9 across the markets. I guess you could say kind of honoring that action, 60% of tickets, 50% of the handle coming in on Dallas. I don't really know why it's set that high. I think because Dallas kind of drubbed LA earlier on in the week and some other different things kind of playing into that. I think it is a little bit of a setup, and I think the public's going to get creamed on this one. It's Friday, it's payday. They love favorites, especially under double-digit favorites, just under double-digit favorites. Sure, Dallas can beat Washington by 10 points. Come on. I'm not buying it. I'm not telling you I'm getting involved in this game right here, right now. But just kind of talking with you, talking with myself, whatever the hell, yeah, I don't know if anybody, no, nobody's around here that I can see. I make myself laugh sometimes. I tell you guys, I would kind of lean towards Washington plus the 9. And then as far as the total goes, the over is getting the tickets, 57% of action, but the handle is coming in on the under, 78% of money. You can kind of see it there, open 220.5 down to 217.5. I would tell you that's probably the cap. I wouldn't go much lower than 216.5. That would be right where I'm at. But overall, there's my thoughts. Dallas and Washington. Next one up. Rotation number 503-504, Toronto Raptors against the Orlando Magic, and this one tips off 6:10 p.m. Central as well. No action as far as it looks like coming in on the total right now. Frozen across the market, it looks, a couple different spots kind of moving. The total opened up 218.5. So what that tells me, this is going to be, the books are anticipating this being kind of a low-scoring shootout. Opened up 218.5, down to 216.5, 216, 215.5 in some spots. So obviously the books are honoring some action somewhere, even though they don't want to show it here, courtesy of our good friends over at Wager Talk. Looks like Toronto is the heavy public favorite. Opened up 9.5-point road favorites, up to 10.5, 11 in some spots across the market. 80% of the tickets, 94% of the handle coming in on the Raptors right now. Again, this Orlando Magic team has just been very firm in their position of just kind of playing upset kids. I talked about it a few days ago, but they're tanking, but they're not tanking that bad, and I think they can definitely keep this within double digits. However, I don't really have any interest in getting involved in this game either, but just for your sake, again, I think I'd be interested in the under and the dog, Orlando plus the 10.5 in the matchup against Toronto here today. Next one up, rotation number 505-506. We got the Indiana Pacers going up against the Boston Seas. Again, another double-digit favorite, this time being the home favorite in the Boston Celtics. Line opened up at 14.5 for them, up to 15. You know, if you know me at any capacity at this point in time, there is no way in hell I'm laying double digits of chalk, for crying out loud. So 56% of the tickets, 81% of the handle. I would say that is something you can confidently back if you do have the owns to lay this much chalk. I simply do not, and I just don't like getting involved when it's this chalky. As far as the total goes, I think it does go over. It opened up at 221.5. It's up to 225, 226, even 227 across the market. Obviously, you see the public and the sharps are green on that. 66% of tickets, 80% of the money coming in on that on the total on the over. So if I'm getting involved anywhere here, I would say the most comfortable I feel is that over. I definitely don't like to lay any type of wood, but I cannot tell you that the Indiana Pacers are worth a hot damn to be able to cover those type of points. So I would look to the over here, but again, I am staying out of this matchup all together. Quick sip. Wow. I tell you, that's some high quality H2O. All right, first three games done for the day. Next one up, we got the Sacramento Kings against the Houston Rockets. And I do actually have a play out of this matchup, my friends. I am kind of just basically going off of past trends, past stuff, past regressions, whatever the hell the case might be. I was trying to, you saw my mouse go up there. I was trying to click on something over on my other screen. That doesn't work very well. So there you go, Colt. Good job, buddy. So Sacramento and Houston, I am picking a side. I am taking some points. We'll wait to talk about it until we get into the second segment of the day. So that's Sacramento and Houston. We'll talk about that a little later. But for the essence of time, let's get into rotation number 509, 510, 7:10 p.m. Central Time tip as well. As the LA Clippers against the Milwaukee Bucks, Clippers make the short trip from Chicago up to Milwaukee. Milwaukee stays at home and keeps rocking and rolling. They opened up 8.5, surprisingly down to 7.5 now, despite, well, actually not. The Clippers are seeing the action, 53% of the tickets, 89% of money coming in on the road dog Clippers. I think the public's thinking it's just a few too many points, but there's a reason the book set it that high. I think that line movement's a little fugazi, and I think you can confidently back Milwaukee in the 7.5. Am I telling you I'm laying that hail to the no? But I still do think that's the right side. I also think the over is the right, or the under rather, but I think it might be kind of peaked out. I think you should just stay away. 232.5 open, down to 226 looks like across the market. Goodness gracious, 88% of tickets, 97% of money coming in on that under. If I'm going anywhere, again, my lean is to Milwaukee. Laying the 7.5 as a home favorite, but I just don't have enough faith truly to go ahead and make that a play today. So there you go. There you have it. Next one up on tap, we got the Detroit Pistons going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder in rotation number 511, 512, 7:10 p.m. Central tip again on this one as well. No action, firm action rather, on the total as of right now. Looks like OKC getting these points is the public favorite. There's a reason Detroit's favorite here, my friends. They're not a great team, but against terrible competition, they're a pretty damn good team. And we've seen it, man. I love the transition Cade Cunningham has made from college basketball into the NBA. I mean, if you watched this show in any capacity last year, you know I beat the drum on Cade Cunningham left, right, and center with the Cowboys at Oklahoma State. And, man, he just carried that same floor general presence, that same give me the ball, I want to score, I'm not scared of this spotlight, into the NBA that he had all of college. So I don't know, man. I think Detroit could show out tonight. I think they could win by double digits. Obviously, the books are favoring the opposite side. Opened up at 4. It's up to 5 in most locations across the market. 4.5 if you want to be technical. But that's with Oklahoma City getting 69% of the tickets and 90% of actual money wagered on the spread. So a little bit of a lean for me there, actually. This is probably the hardest lean I've had all day. I don't like laying wood all too much, but Detroit minus 4.5 is definitely worth a look. That is the hardest lean that I have had all day, ladies and gentlemen. So, moving right along. Next one up, rotation number 513, 514. We got the Phoenix Suns going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. And I actually got a play out of this one as well. If you saw me tweet this morning, Phoenix Suns, 4-point road win. They stay on the road again after winning last night. But they worked out after their game. They got some extra reps. They did some lunges. They did some weight lift. They did it. So, I mean, it's a great mentality they got going on over there. But now they're playing a red-hot Memphis club that even though they're resting a bunch of guys for the Grizzlies, I still think the Grizzlies are going to do just fine here today. 7 seems like way too many points for me, so maybe that gives you a hint of where I'm going for the Friday Four Pack. But we'll talk about that game later on once we get in the second segment of the day. Next one up on tap, Portland against San Antonio, rotation number 515, 516. I got no real insights on this one, my friends. You see it there. San Antonio has turned into a complete dumpster fire here as of late. Portland, I have no idea what they are. I can't accurately tell you anything. Where this line is set, I think it's spot on. Under is getting the handle. 72% of money coming in on the under 231. Looks like it's up to 231.5 in some spots, down to 230.5 in some spots. His line, everything all over the place in this whole game is just a mess and a half. So I would tell you to avoid Portland and San Antonio if it was the last thing you did on this earth. Next one up, 8:10 p.m. Central Time tip, rotation number 517, 518, Minnesota Timberwolves against the Denver Nuggets. You see it there. Denver opened as the 4-point home favorite, down to 2.5 home favorite, 3 in some locations. That feels really similar to the Chicago Bulls play last night that I dished out. Obviously took the money line, but they still ended up covering, had to go to overtime, sweat and a half. Either way, I see this as the exact same spot. Minnesota has kind of been the public darling. They've been hot. They've been cooking. They've been killing. They have a couple of scuffles here as of late, and I just think that the Friday public on payday is going to continue to see them as this valuable team and see that line movement, and especially this early in the morning, as soon as that paycheck hits the bank account, they're tossing money left, right, and center at Minnesota. So I think Denver covers. You want to get safe, take Denver on the money line. Again, that's another one that would be like another lean for me. Not as hard as Detroit on the minus 4.5. I'm a little more comfortable there, but I do like Denver on the money line. As far as the total goes, I'd stay away. Opened up 233.5, up to 241. I don't know if that's a cap. I don't know if it goes more. I don't know if it goes less. I have no clue. I say stay away from the total if it's the last thing you do. Last one up on tap to wrap up the NBA slate, my friends. Rotation number 519, 520, tipping off at 9:40 p.m. Central Time. We have the New Orleans Pelicans and the LA Lakers. I'm just going to let you take a quick gander there because this is our Moneyline Dice roll of the day. The dice were tapping me. They said, hey, we see this game late night. We don't want you to rack your brain over it. Let us take a look. Let us rock and roll. We'll dish you out a couple of plays. So I say, hey, I'm going to yield back. You guys are going to have to wait till the third segment of the day, the Moneyline Dice roll of the day, to hear more about the New Orleans Pelicans and the LA Lakers. But we'll get to that. For now, you see the lines. You see that the Lakers opened up as a home favorite, have now flipped to the 2-point home puppy dog. Something for you to think about. We'll talk about it here shortly. Okay, my friends, that does it for the NBA slate. Let me quick sip it out real quick. Yeah, that's quality. I think we need a little coffee too. To me, to thee, all sipping the black elixir of the gods on this gorgeous Friday. I bet. Say, take your sip. I'll be right back. Now that is some high quality Coffee beans. Whew, goodness gracious. Bean water. Yeah, high quality bean water there. That's what that is. Okay, my friends, we scroll down a little bit and we see that we have seven, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 NHL games on tap. I don't have a lot of insights here today, so we'll kind of cook right on through these and get to the Friday 4 pack and a bunch of other stuff. So, first things first, you see it, the Chicago Blackhawks. Let me rep the boys. Johnny T, you see it. Taser, oh captain, my captain. Going into Tampa Bay to play quite possibly one of the hottest teams in all of hockey right now. I think the Hawks get crushed, but I'm still going to rep them. I'm still going to have fun because I love this jersey. It's clean. It's the 2018 Stadium Series. It was a gift from my beloved mother. Thank you, Mama Bear. Appreciate the hell out of you. Every time I get to wear it, I always think of you. Either way, yeah, I think the Blackhawks get crushed tonight, but maybe me ripping out the Stadium Series, not having a bet on them, maybe that makes them win. Who knows? Maybe I'm the good luck charm. We'll find out. Maybe you see me at a Hawks game soon. I don't know. Who's to say? Who's to know? What do I know? I don't know. Maybe I'll find out in a week. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Who's to say? You're just going to have to keep tuning in and find out. Either way, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Next one up on tap, Nashville Predators against the Buffalo Sabres, rotation number 51-52. I actually do have a play out of this one. It's coming out of the total. It's on the Friday 4 Pack Parlay. Now that I kind of see what the hell's going on here, I am a little concerned about it. I'm not going to lie, but we'll still talk about it in general, see what the hell's going on. We'll look at it here once we get to the next segment of the day. So, stick a pin in that. We'll come back to it. Next one up, rotation number 53 and 54. We have the New York Islanders going up against the New York Rangers. Right now, the Rangers look to be the favorite, the home favorite. Minus 185, minus 160, somewhere in that ballpark, right in between there. You're going to see them across the market. 69% of tickets, 91% of the handle coming in on the Rangers. I'm not telling you to back the Islanders in any capacity. I'm telling you to probably stay away from this one. If I'm going anywhere, the way these two teams have been playing lately, I would say the over would be my choice, even though the under is getting the juice. I just think this one feels like a weird one, but don't quote me on that. That one's just like pure cause for speculation. So there you go. There you have it. The New York teams matchup. Next one up, rotation number 55 and 56. We got the Ottawa Senators against the Detroit Red Wings. Again, no real opinions here. Ottawa hasn't been worth a hot damn as of late. Obviously, we all know what's up with Detroit. The over looks to be the favored side, everything like that. You can kind of buy into that a little bit more when it comes to, or not buy into like, it being a public side on an NHL total. I've kind of noticed it's more of just like everybody in agreement that this line, oh yeah, it's way too low, it's way too high, or whatever. The books get a little more sharper when it comes to the money line and stuff like that. They're pretty keen on being able to set people up with line movement and shit there. I don't think they really care about totals because I honestly, truly don't believe that much of the handle comes in on the total for any specific game. I really believe that it's like an 80-20 split, maybe even a 90-10 split as far as NHL games go when it goes to kind of money line and total. I could be totally off my ass, but just kind of what I've seen and what I've kind of been taken in playing more NHL, just kind of what it seems like to me. So that's my opinion there, but no official play out of Ottawa and Detroit. Next one up, rotation number 57 and 58. We got the St. Louis Blues against the Edmonton Oilers, the Koalas, courtesy of our good friends over there at the Hammer Don podcast, Tone Diggs and Bubblegum Pino, everybody else, Money Met in the back as well. St. Louis Blues, Edmonton Oilers. Obviously, the Oilers are going to be the home favorite here, getting the boatload of tickets and the money. The way the Blues have been playing, I don't know what you can draw from what they did to the Canucks back-to-back games. I thought the Canucks were going to get that lick back, and St. Louis just looked damn good. Having a day of rest, 2 days rest, I don't know what the hell it is there for them. I'm intrigued on the Blues money line. I think you're going to have to pay way too much. I almost think you're going to have to pay $2 to get involved with the Blues on their puck line. Let me look just to tell you for sure, because obviously they don't have it right up there on the screen. Let me flip over here. Yeah, $2 $2 and a nickel, minus 205 to get involved with the Blues, plus 1.5. So that plus 125 really intrigues me. I can't lie to you guys. Just with and it might be recency bias with me getting smacked in the mouth by the Blues the last two. It very well could be. So take that into stock or account or whatever you want to say. But I don't know. I'd kind of be interested in a little sprinkle on the Blues money line. So I'm going to write that down as well. There's also a little something I might check out come puck drop there at 8:07 p.m. Central Standard Time. Next one up, rotation number 5, not 5, 59 and 60. That is the Vegas Golden Knights and the Seattle Sea Kraken. The Sea Crack, you love that. I thought that the Kraken were going to win this last one, honestly, because these two just played. I know they just played. I want to go back here and look at this last game, what actually ended up happening. So VGK won 3-0. That was in Seattle, and it was almost the identical line and puck. Like, almost everything is identical as far as the odds on that bad boy. And I almost think this is the book saying, like, hey, what was that? That was, let me see. That was, come on, calendar. Here we go. That was Wednesday. Yeah, so Wednesday, I think, honestly, the book's kind of saying, Wednesday, the Kraken were supposed to win that game. They just kind of fell short. Some weird stuff happened, and we're going to put it at the exact same line. We're going to get everybody to buy into Vegas. Obviously, you can see it there. 77% of the tickets, 99% of the handle coming in on Vegas as the road favorites. And I think the Sea Crack might have a little shot to get a little redemption here today. Now, don't freaking quote me on that for crying out loud by any means, because they haven't been good at all. I mean, not good at all, but I mean, they are still 3-2 in their last 5, so maybe due for a little bit of a rebound here against the exact same team they just played not even 2 days ago. So there you go. There you have that. Vegas Golden Knights, Seattle Kraken, and the last one up on tap before we check anything else. We got rotation number 61 and 62, the Anaheim Ducks against the Arizona Coyotes. I thought I saw San Jose there. I was looking a little backwards. Saw St. Louis. Anaheim versus Arizona. No opinions on this one. Typically, I think you can be kind of confident in taking Arizona on the money line. Let me look where these splits are. Obviously, right now, the public is all over Arizona, but I don't know that you really need to disagree with them. Because per Action Network, Anaheim's getting 50% of the bet, 61% of the money coming in on that money line right now. So I think it's a setup one way or another, and I think this is just a coin flip and a half, and I think you stay away. Arizona has been hot, and I think this line is just a little bit of a recency bias with how they've been kind of whooping up on teams. They just beat the hell out of San Jose. Maybe that's why that was on my brain. I don't know, but either way, I say Anaheim wins this game. I think this is a little bit of a public setup for Arizona, but I got no official play out of that one. I'm staying away altogether. All right, let's boardwalk just a little bit, see if we got anything we need to talk about. I got nothing at WCBB for sure. Follow my gal at Parlays for Days on Twitter. She's a big women's college basketball capper. Check her out. She's got great stuff. I don't know shit about KBL or CBA. EuroLeague, couldn't tell you a hot damn thing. Japan B League, no idea. Again, KBO, no clue. NPB, no sir. And soccer is the last thing that I could probably tell you about right now. Now, Cage Warriors, PFL, I see this down here. Hey. This kind of, my eye snap down here. I got to take just a quick gander through here. Who knows? Because we ain't got no UFC. See if there's any names I can kind of pick out. No, this is a new season, new PFL season 2, so going to be interesting. Maybe I'll get my fix through there. And then the Valero Texas Open obviously going on right now. I don't know who was leader after one, but it was kind of wild yesterday who it was. It was somebody that nobody was even talking about. I'll have to go back and look at that once we get in the second half of the show. But there you go. There you have it, my friends. The first segment of the day officially wrapped up. Boardwalking with Cappin Colt. All right, my friends, that is all of the special plays, or all of the best bets of the day for me, and then any other opinions that I had on today's slate. So let me get out of the full screen over here, and I'm going to go ahead, pull this bad boy up, so we got this ready for later. All right, so next segment up on tap here today, my friends. It's a special play of the day. Get your little extra beer money out, and get ready for the Friday Four Pack Parlay. That's right. Head down to the corner store, rip open your wallet, find you a nice one of them 4-packs, and for each one of these tickets that cash, you're going to crush you a beer. That's how this whole thing works. So, without further ado, the 4 legs on the Friday 4-Pack Parlay. You see it paying out over 13-1 odds. Last time I looked, plus 1,374. 4 legs on that bad boy. We're going back to the College Basketball Classic. We're taking Fresno State under Coastal Carolina. under 126.5. I said we're taking under Fresno. We're taking Fresno State versus Coastal Carolina under 126.5. That's the first leg on that bad boy. I see this being a defensive matchup, this going back and forth, left, right, and center. The over seeing a lot of monetary liability, and I'm totally fading that here today. Fresno State's defense will step up at the bare minimum. I think we see their offense struggle a little bit here today because Coastal has that defense that the Bulldogs really haven't faced here in the postseason. So I like this one to stay way under the total, especially with the tempo that both these teams play at. Leg number 2. Memphis Grizzlies +6, baby, or +6.5 rather. You see it to 7, down to 6.5, 7, 6, everywhere in the ballpark. It obviously opened up ±2.5. The Suns were the 2.5-point road favorite. It's now shot up all the way to 7 because the Grizzlies announced that they were probably going to have some people out, some of their key players. But that hasn't worked for the public all year long. Whether it's name somebody on that team, whether they go out, they are a team of 6 men. They have the ability to insert somebody when they go out, and they still end up handling business. I'm not saying they're going to win this game outright, but I see this line movement as a severe public trap, and you're telling me that when potentially 5 starters are going to be out, it's worth 5 points on the opening line. I call Fugazi. Give me the Grizzlies +6.5. Second leg. Third leg, Houston Rockets +2, +2.5. I'm fine with it either way. I think they win this one outright, but I will take all the points the books are willing to give me. Honestly, I just think the Kings are a little overvalued in this spot. I think everybody's going to be looking at the Rockets as the shittier team in this matchup, and I just really don't think it's the truth. I really firmly believe that the Rockets are the better team here. I think they get out, they cook. Not to mention, these two teams just played each other, and the line closed at 2.5 in favor of Sacramento. Sacramento won at the late goings by 3 points, covered the 2.5, and now the books open this at 2, and it's not going anywhere. I hope you're following me along because that's the third leg of the Friday Four Pack Parlay. Houston Rockets +2. Fourth and final leg on that bad boy. Lace up the skates. We're going to the NHL ice, and we are taking the Nashville Preds against the Buffalo Sabres over 6.5 total goals. Now, went back and forth on this one. I was really intrigued on Buffalo plus the 1.5. It seemed like the valuable side in all honesty. I do think that they handle business in that regard, but I also think that this could be a setup for them just based off how they've been playing. I think they could end up losing it by 2 on a last-second goalie pull, something wild, and everybody and their brothers gets absolutely crushed that haven't got the opportunity to back the Buffalo Sabres plus 1.5 over the course of the last 2 weeks. They got paid today. The Sabres have been the hot NHL team. All of their homies that have cashed in NHL tickets been telling them about it. Now they're running to the window to back that plus 1.5. Even on the money line seeing monetary liability, and I think that could be kind of an issue. Now, if you saw it on the screen when I had the Wager Talk board up there, courtesy of our friends over there, shout out Wager Talk, and everybody over there that stops by, all the family, we appreciate the hell out of you guys. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. It did look like the over was getting a boatload of the action, but when I look here on Action Network, the under is getting 59% of bets, but no handle reported as of right now. So I looked into the lines, because this is kind of how it was earlier. And when I looked at the total, almost everywhere is held firm at a 6, but most places are offering that over 6 with the juice. -115, -120, that's at Golden Nugget, Bet Rivers, some of the other key books out there, Bet MGM, PointsBet, Caesars, they're all offering the juice on the over. And then when it catches the hook, it goes up to the hook, 6.5 on FanDuel Sportsbook, it immediately gets plus 100 odds. And the under gets that -122 that we've got set up time and time again on. I call Fugazi. I call nonsense. We do not bet to push, my friends, and you're sure as shit not going to pay 2 dimes worth of juice just to push. So I think this one flies over. I think we see 8, maybe 9 goals here. Both teams are 8-2 to the over in their last 10. They both went under in their last games. Was the first time out of their last 5 games for the both of them. I think they return back to the over side of things. That is Nashville against Buffalo Sabres, that is, over 6.5 total goals. Parlay all 4 of those up. You're getting right here, hell of a time. Plus 1,374 odds. $10 burning a hole in your pocket. You slap it down. It's going to get you a fresh A little under $140 back in the pot. A little under $150, about $147.50, somewhere in that ballpark. I don't know, but what I'm telling you, if you got a little extra pizza and beer money, you should probably lay it on this Friday 4-pack parlay so you can have more pizza and beer throughout your weekend. But there you go. The second segment of the day, special play, the Friday 4-pack parlay. All right, my friends, if you missed any of them, if you didn't get any analysis, anything in between, you missed the first segment, the second segment, whatever the case might be, not to worry, my friends, because without further ado, it's time to recap all of my best bets of the day and the special play of the day. So please rip out your sports books, pull out your pens, pencils, paper, whatever mode means, method you utilize to take stock of my best bets of the day, because my friends, right here, right now, live in prime time, they are now on your screen for this beautiful Friday of bets, April the 1st. 2022. Please so kindly turn your attention directly above me for, my friends, my solo best bet of the day. Taking the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers +3 in their matchup in the College Basketball Classic against the Fresno State Bulldogs. Turn your attention opposite side of the screen. A little bit of extra juicy juice for you. We got the Friday 4-pack parlay paying out over 13-1 odds. You're going to hammer in the Fresno State Bulldogs and the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers under 126.5. Then you're going to take for the second leg the Memphis Grizzlies +6.5. Then the third leg, the Houston Rockets +2. And the fourth, the Nashville Preds against the Buffalo Sabres over 6.5. You can get plus money if you do your line shopping to get a little more juicy odds on this bad boy. I see one straight play and one special play that you will play for a half unit and one full unit on their way directly to the cage to bankrupt every brick and mortar and every sports book in the land. But before they can, my friends, I need you to lock them in, hammer them home, sprinkle a little bit of dough down, whatever you need to say. Just make sure you get my best bets of the day hammered in at whatever the current best line is on your favorite sports book. Woo! I guess I should have done that. Realized the doggone thing wasn't full screen the whole fucking time, but there you go. There you have it. All of my best bets of the day. Friday's best bets of the day, April 1st, 2022. Coastal Carolina Chanticleers +3. And the Friday 4-pack parlay, the under 126.5 in that matchup. Grizzlies +6.5. Rockets +2. And Nashville versus Buffalo over 6.5. Okay, leave it up there one more time for all you folks in the back before we dive into the next segment of the day, the second half of the show. Or actually, no, not the second half of the show yet. We still got the Moneyline Dice roll to go. So without further ado, all of my best bets of the day are now gone. So, we bring in our honorary guest of the day. As per usual, the Moneyline Dice are ready to rock and roll, my friends. So let's get that ticker rolling again. And you see once again, and you now know once again, that it is the matchup between the New Orleans Pelicans and the Los Angeles Lakers. Right now, it did flip. I told you guys that when we were doing a little board walking. Let me go back to the NBA tab or the NBA slate here, so I can check that out. Actually, let me stop doing that. All right. So yes, it is hold firm now. The Pelicans are to 2, pretty much across the market, up to 2.5 in some spots. The road favorite, -2.5 road favorite. And then the total looks like 230.5, 231 in some spots. It was at 230 when I looked this morning. So we'll just call it 230.5. Looks like a nice little middling spot. We'll add a little hook to it so we all know. So this game is in LA. Got it the right way there. So the game is in LA. Lakers are the home team. So very interesting that they have flipped to the home dog. Maybe it is to get everybody to back the New Orleans Pelicans because they all know how bad the Lakers have been all year long. It is Friday payday. The public does need to be set up at some point in time. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm not. I know who's not, though. The Moneyline Dice, the first roll of the day, home or away. Now, I will remind you, they are 2-3 on the week after an 0-2 performance yesterday, so if you ain't hot, you're due. So the first roll of the day, are we going with the home team Lakers or the away team Pels? I don't know, neither do you, but I promise you, we find out in 3, in 2, in 1. Away team! New Orleans Pelicans. Dice is on the same page as the movement. Will they be laying the bucket, or will they be taking a little bit of juiciness on the money line? Right about minus 120, I do believe it was. We all find out, once again, the second roll of the day in 3, in 2, in 1. ATS, laying the 2. The dice say we ain't ever scared, unofficially. New Orleans Pelicans minus 2. Final roll of the day, wild card roll. Will the die be doubling down? Will they be going to the total, or are they going to need a re-rake and reshake for the first time this week? I have no idea. I know you guys don't. So why don't we find out for the final time, hopefully, in 3, in 2, in 1. Over! Over. Unofficially, now officially, New Orleans Pelicans, minus 2, and the over, 230.5. The dice have spoken! If you want a guaranteed take 2 tickets to the pay window tonight. Not 1, not 3, not 5, not 10, but 2 tickets straight to the pay window tonight. Hammer in right here, right now. Not per any living, heart-beating human being here on this planet, but per the all-knowing, ever-present, ever-powerful cubicle objects that be known as the Moneyline Dice. Hammer it in right here, right now. New Orleans Pelicans, minus 2, and the over, 230.5 in their matchup with the LA Lakers tonight. Thank you, Dice. Thank you, Dice. Okie dokie artichokies. Let's just finalize all the tracking stuff over here, and we'll keep this proverbial podcast train steaming on down the tracks. So 4-1, brand new month. Here we go. Yeehaw. We got, why am I blanking? N-O-V-L-A-L. We got N-O minus the 2 and over 230.5. Okay, good deal. Dice 2 and 3 on the week. You're either hot or you do. They got a chance to finish up 4 and 3 positive. If you're rocking with them, they'll see you at the pay window. I do believe I might be rocking with them tonight. But I'll be waiting for a little while. Let's get all that wrapped up. If you want your own set of Moneyline Dice, this awesome carrying case they come with as well, any of the tracking books I use, the MMA scorecard, any of the other merch that they got for you to wear, nothing is off limits. Head over there, moneylinedice.com. You see it in the ticker, MONEYLINE dice.com. Once you get everything you want in your cart, again, nothing off limits. Head on over there. You're going to see a little offer code box, and you know your boy Cappin Colt's got you, and you see it going right below me. That offer code is TTL10. Put it in the coupon code. That is TTL10, Tango Lima 10, for 10% off your first order at moneylinedice.com. Start rolling with the all-knowing, ever-present, ever-powerful cubicle objects to be the Moneyline Dice, and stop guessing and start cashing. Thank you, Dice. Okay, okie dokie artichokes. That does it for the first half of the show. Might talk about more bets, shits, and stuff later. I have no idea, but no more bets from me, no more bets from the dice, no more special plays, none of that nonsense. So let me get this on up and out of the way. There we go. There we have it. Okay, without further ado, my friends, it is now time for second half of the show. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what's popping. Let's get it kicked off here with my rants and reactions. That's right, my friends. It's time to talk about all of the latest nonsense and haps on the craps in the world of sports and sports gambling and beyond. Now, first thing I want to discuss, shout out to Chris Paul. He was appointed to the Federal Advisory Board for Historical Black Colleges and Universities. That is the President's Advisory Board, so absolutely huge for Chris Paul. Shout out. If you know me in any capacity, you know this show in any capacity, you know HBCUs hold a special place in my heart. I talk about them all the time. I love cashing tickets with them. They're an absolute blast and a half. I love the history behind them, and that is super, super cool. Just came out. Chris Paul appointed to that advisory board for those HBCUs. So wanted to shout out Chris Paul. Definitely been a legend in the sport for a long time, and he just continues to solidify himself in that spot. Speaking of a legend, both on and off the hardwood, but last night it was on the hardwood. That's our guy, DeMar DeRozan, dropped 50, a 50-piece on the head of the Lakers and helped the Bulls come all the way back, scratch claw, and win outright in overtime. It was an absolute sweat and a half. I hope you watched it. I hope you were tuned in because it was an absolute nuclear power plant of a game. Down at halftime, down in the third quarter, scratch, claw, scrape, all the way back, tied 118, going into overtime. I do believe it was, and it was an absolute electric factory. So if you missed it, you missed out, but shout out to DeMar DeRozan dropping a 50 burger on the dome pieces of the LA Clippers last night. Speaking of dropping a 50 burger, how about this for some segues? I'm not even trying to do this, son of a bitch. Speaking of a 50 burger, we got to talk about Austin Matthews. Take off the jerseys, take off the Jordans, lace up the skates, and throw on the sweaters, because we got to talk about the legend that calls himself a Toronto Maple Leaf. Austin Matthews scored his 50th goal of the 2022 season last night. That is his first 50th goal or 50 goal season, the first 50 goal season he's ever had, and he is the first player to 50 goals this season. So set two records. Austin Matthews absolutely crushing it. He only continues to get better. Obviously, he was an absolute dog last year, but he is like a fine wine, man. He just gets better with age. I tell you what. And speaking of fine wine getting better with age, former Seattle Sea Squawk linebacker Bobby Wagner finds his way into beautiful LA SoFi Stadium. Los Angeles Rams pick up Bobby Wagner, 5-year, $50 million contract. Not sure how much that is guaranteed. However, absolutely legendary deal. Stays on the West Coast, gets out of the Pacific shit and into the sunshine. I'm sure Bobby is absolutely hyped. He saw what happened last year with all the guys that went over there. Am I telling you that the Rams are going to repeat? Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. But them being plus 1,000 on next year's Super Bowl odds to win it outright, right around where I caught him last year. So something to kind of think about there. Either way, shout out to the Rams getting a quality player. 5 years. I would imagine there's probably be opt-outs after 3. I would say probably opt-outs after 3. But either way, 5 years, $50 million. Again, not sure what it's guaranteed. Bobby Wagner heads to L.A. and SoFi Stadium play for the Rams. Sticking with the NFL. It's always, obviously, this day, but it comes around, obviously, once a year, and you always got to remember the late, great Sean Taylor. Would have been his 39th birthday today. We love you, Sean. We miss you, man. And it just, even to go back, like every time it's his birthday, I go back and watch some of the highlights and some of the stuff, and just like, man, oh man. And there's not even words that I could put into to say what kind of a person he was, what type of a player he was. I mean, obviously, everybody talks about him still, and that just speaks to the fact of who he was. So, only would have been 39 years old today, but shout out Sean Taylor. We miss you, man. We love you, dude, too. And we appreciate you sending your good vibes into the league still nowadays. Speaking of legends, is Tiger Woods playing in the Masters, my friends? I have no idea, but everything you can read on Twitter says, breaking. We've been hearing per sources. Tiger's coming back. Tiger's ready to rock and roll. Take some cuts at Augusta. I don't know. I have no clue. I can't tell you what's happening. I'm not a PGA Tour pro, but what I do know is that I know how to read. And a lot of guys that I respect in the industry are saying, yeah, this is like a 80-90% chance. This isn't like the Twitter sphere's bubbling some shit to the surface, wanting to cause some nonsense, or maybe some bot put some shit out for just to get more stuff going about the Augusta and the Masters. Like, this is the real deal Holyfield, and I think we could see Tiger make his return here at Augusta, but that's next week. We got to get through the Texas Valero Open first. I will probably... fuck it. I won't probably. I'll have some plays for you, Masters-wise. I'll see what's up. I'll dive into some stuff, everything all in between. So, there you go. There you have it. That's kind of all the late breaking from over the night into today. I'm trying to see if you guys got any comments, any questions, and you're on Twitter. I can't see. I didn't mention that. I can't see the comments on Twitter. I don't know why Periscope doesn't directly relay it into StreamYard, but they don't. So if you want to comment, you want to go back and forth, you got something, you got a question during these times, this is the time to do it, man. It's an open floor. I love to connect with you guys. Hop on YouTube, hop on Facebook, jump in the chat. I'll be more than happy to connect with you guys live here on the show and answer some questions. So feel free to do that. Taking a look. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Oh, wow. Hideki Matsuyama, speaking of PGA, has withdrawn from the Valero Texas Open with a neck injury. So anybody with those Hideki Matsuyama tickets, go ahead and get your kerosene and matches out. Go ahead and throw them in the can in the backyard, because them boys are dunzo. Outside of that, let's see. Oh shit, that was late breaking too. That was just this morning. MLB announces that umpires, much like the NFL now, when they go into a review, it will not just be, it's going to be a full, we keep our shit on, we have our mic that comes down, we go out in front of the crowd, and we say, after further review, it has been determined that XYZ is the reason that ABC is the determination, therefore, home run. That is going to be a new thing. It is not an April Fool's joke. That is super sick. I cannot wait to see how that works out, how that shakes out, because it puts accountability on the blue, man. It's what it does. It puts accountability on him. Point blank, period. I mean, you can very easily hear something from New York, turn around, wing your finger in a circle a couple times, and then go back behind the plate and continue making shit-ass calls. Like, I think it brings more accountability to the sport, and I love it. Hey, the next thing you need is fucking robot umps. Just take them all the way out of there, and then we ain't got to have any issues whatsoever. But I obviously don't think that should happen. That's obviously always a joke. I think it would completely take away from the game if you didn't have umpires. Like, if I couldn't dig my cleats in some sand and grip the bat a couple times and, Blue, how you doing, sir? It's his first time I get in the box. Like, I don't care what color you're wearing. I'm still looking over. Blue, how you doing, sir? Like, regardless. Like, that just, if I can't do that, what am I saying? That some robot, there's some AI robots going to say, maybe so, I guess so. Who knows? The metaverse is coming right around the corner. I guess, I don't know. I don't know what's coming. I don't know what's happening. But they will be having for reviews. If there is any review stuff, there's going to be like an official, hey, I'm on the mic, here's the reason why, just like the NFL does it after further review, yada yada, the whole rules. You know it, you've seen it with the NFL, so now they're bringing that to the MLB. That was part of the new CBA, so can't wait to see that. We'll see what happens there. Outside of that, unless you guys didn't have anything else, let's see. Merrill Kelly stays with the D-backs, 2-year, $18 million extension. He is definitely a F5 play waiting for you to cash. First 5 inning, plus a half for the Diamondbacks when he's on the bump. Faux show. Anything else? Let's see here. No, I don't see anything. Yeah, I had to scroll all the way down a couple times, and I don't see anything late breaking or major, and I typically get it right into the old feed there. So, nothing I can tell you right now. As far as it goes, my friends, that does it. All of my Rants and Reactions. Again, if you had anything I missed, anything in between, hop on over, Facebook, YouTube, jump in the live chat. Be more than happy, right over there. I'm more than happy to answer all your questions live on the show. But we're going to get into the, what segment? What even? Because I don't say there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th segment of the day, because I don't consider the best bets recap a segment. So the 5th segment of the day, my crypto corner. That's right, my friends. Just because I see how much connections there are and how much interlaceability there is between Web 2 sports gambling and Web 3 and all the wonderful degenerate friends that I have in the Web 3 space, I will continue to push this message. If you watched yesterday, I was a little hot, a little backwards. Some people questioned who I am and who I was and what I'm in this for and what I do. And you know, sometimes I just got to get it across what I'm about, because some people forget. Y'all must have forgot, but that's all right. It is what it is. We're going to leave that in the past, and we'll keep grinding. We'll keep moving. We're going to keep pushing. And I can't wait to tell you guys some announcements here at the end of the show. Might have got a little offer to do something tomorrow, but hey, I'm not a positive force in the industry. I'm just a dumbass, right? But that's okay. We'll talk about that here at the second half of the show. But for now, my crypto corner, my friends. First things first, You've been hearing me talk. You saw some of my pictures. You see me on Twitter. You saw yesterday I was hyped. I got my baby cubs, all my typical tigers. I got to mint them for free. I was so excited, man. All 3 for free. I paid less than $20 for the gas, and it was completely free. Like, I'm so excited. Can't wait for them to reveal. Go mint your tigers if you haven't already, your baby cub tigers. Either way, help save the tigers one NFT at a time. Either way, you've been hearing me say that. You see my brew. You see this. You see that. And you say, now what do I do? Hey, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. So today I kind of wanted to talk about, if you're asking the question now, okay, I get it. I get it. Maybe you don't all the way get it, but you're starting to connect the dots and you're like, okay, I want an NFT. Now what? How do I get an NFT? So I just kind of wanted to do a basic 101, like how you actually purchase an NFT, and then kind of tease going into Monday. I'll kind of dive into like how you look at a good project. Like, what are some of the key things to look at as far as like collection numbers, the team, the roadmap, many things that I'll dive into on Monday that I'm going to keep it real high level here. I'm just talking about literally the apps, the software, and the physical act of going and getting yourself an NFT is all I'm talking about today. We'll dive in on Monday's Crypto Corner into targeting a solid quality project, because it's always over quality over quantity in everything I do in my life, and that's how I've kind of built my NFT portfolio as well. So I believe I've gotten kind of good at finding quality and really been able to stick my finger on, yeah, that's bullshit. So stick around for or come back on Monday for that. But for now, you want to get a NFT. So the first thing you are going to want to do, my friends, is download yourself a MetaMask wallet, and that is spelled, I'll actually put it right in here. Let me go ahead. Just do MSK. Okay, first thing, you are going to download yourself. Oh, first things first, hold on, wait a minute. This episode of Colt's Crypto Corner is brought to you by the Ether Brews. Mint yourself a brew at 0.05 Ethereum right now at etherbrews.com. That's ETHRBREWS.com. The blockchain's first 3D interactive NFT project with 4,444 in the collection. Mint yourself right now. Join the brew crew. Woo! Over at etherbrews.com. ETHRBREWS.com. Moving right along, let's get back into it here. Let me hit this bad boy. You need to download a MetaMask. That is how you spell it, MetaMask, if you have not seen that in any capacity. And the app logo is a little orange fox. Little orange fox there, and once you download the app, it'll take you into everything. Now, this is a very, very important part because, and I need you to listen up and do not skip this part, because this is where Web 3 is very different from Web 2. Web 3 is the Wild West. There is no help department. There is no 911. There is no fuck, my shit got stolen. What now? There is none of that. There is none of that. There is no help department. There is none of that. It is all on you. So this Web 2 shit, and I was part of it too. I've had to correct myself. But you get a pop-up window and you just hit X and OK and X and OK. Do not, I repeat, do not do that with any site, any link, anything your wallet pops up onto. If anything, hit the X as fast as you can, reassess, and then see if you actually wanted to be connect and agree with that. Point blank, period. Do not. I see even some of the most veteran guys in this spot that still fall for the classic traps. If it feels funny, if there's any type of question, stop. Do not just click through. Do not just, pop up. Okay. Stop. Do not click it. So when you download that MetaMask, it's going to obviously ask for your email, your password, all that shit. But it's going to give you something else that is called a seed phrase, S-E-E-D, like a seed that you put in the ground to grow a flower. Seed phrase. What this does is it allows you to re-access your MetaMask wallet in the case that you forget your password. Because what did I just say? There's no help department. There's no, oh my gosh, I can't figure life out. Everything's ruined. Everything's gone. Somebody help me. There is none of that. It is the Wild West. There is no hand-holding in Web3. I promise you 150%. So when you get that seed phrase, what you do is do not click through. Do not just, okay. Slow down. Read one thing at a time when you are downloading your MetaMask. When it gets to your seed phrase part, it is going to give you a random 12 to 17 word phrase. and they are not going to make any sense. It's just going to be random, goofy, odd shit numbers or words, and there's just going to be between like 12 to 17 of them, somewhere in that ballpark. Do not screenshot them. Please, for the love of goodness, do not screenshot them. Everything on the blockchain is virtual. Do not screenshot them. Please get out a pen or pencil if you're mistake prone, because it's okay. Take your time during this. Write down individually on a 8x10 piece of paper, one of these here, whatever you need to do, write down each word individually, clearly, legibly, everything. Because if you ever get locked out of that account and you do not have that, you are never getting back into that thing. Take that piece of paper, put it in a safe, put it in a safety deposit box. Do not fold it up in your wallet. Don't just toss it in a drawer somewhere and say, treat it as if it is gold, because it is gold in regards to everything that is stored in that wallet, and that is all of your NFTs. So there's your MetaMask. Now, that is the main things. That's what you want to know. That'll get you downloaded. That'll have your MetaMask. Bingo, bango, zingo, zango. So now, how do I get the monies? Okay, pretty simple. You can download yourself the Coinbase app, and everybody knows Coinbase at this point in time, but if you don't know Coinbase, we'll go ahead and put it down there as well. You can download yourself the Coinbase app, and that is going to be your central exchange. Now, your MetaMask wallet is not an exchange. You can buy Ethereum on there, but it is not an exchange. An exchange allows you to buy, sell, trade, stock prices go up, go down, everything in between. So Coinbase is an exchange, much like crypto.com. Coinbase is very, very, very easy. All you got to do is connect your debit card, your credit card. I recommend that because it does have a less waiting time. If you connect your bank account, it takes like 10 days. It takes a hot minute. So if you're ready to buy something now, it takes a hot minute for that to happen. So connect your debit card, your credit card, whatever, completely safe. Buy yourself some Ethereum. That is what the blockchain runs on. Everything I'm telling you, the MetaMask, anything that I'm going to be telling you about runs on Ethereum right now. I'm kind of diving into Solana, but just not yet. Everything Ethereum for now. So buy yourself some Ethereum. If you can afford it, it's always nice to have one ETH in the wallet. If you got an extra $3,500 laying around, not bad to toss one ETH in the wallet. You can only put 0.5 for sure. You can only put 0.25. You can only put 0.05 for right now. That's okay. Just buy yourself some ETH. And once you get that ETH, you'll see on your screen that you can have an option to send. Now, very, very simple process from here. You just hit that send button. It'll walk you through step by step. How much would you like to send? You can hit the max amount, all that stuff. You get to that next page after that, and it said, where would you like to send it? And it'll ask for an address. So you just go right back over to your MetaMask. They make it super easy. There's a nice little thingy right up at the top. It says your public address. You hit that, automatically copies it to your clipboard. You slide back over to Coinbase. You put it in there, you review, and then you buy it. And then it does just for, or you send it. And then it just goes for a minute. Bingo, bango. Now relax, because it is on the blockchain. It's not a physical little tangible asset. It's literally floating around the fucking ether somewhere. It'll show up eventually. So if it doesn't instantaneously show up in your MetaMask, relax. Close all the apps, refresh it. It'll pop up eventually. And then you'll have Ethereum that you can now buy something with. So there's a couple of different ways that you can buy something. The first thing that I'm going to say here is via the secondary market on what is known as OpenSea, or Broken Sea for all of us in the space. Never seems to want to work when you need it to work. It's a hot piece of shit, but it is the central database for all of secondary sales of NFT projects. Now, what does that mean? Think eBay, but without e-commerce capabilities. So it's just a central holding platform that all of these projects can put their shit out and basically, hey, storefronts to come and view them. You can go through each one and you can dive deep in. Maybe we just have a whole OpenSea kind of 101 that we can kind of some of the different things you go there too. But that is one way that you could do. And you'll see an NFT project. You'll see the NFT there. You can hit buy now. Make sure it's the verified right project, not somewhere random. Because again, if you buy something and it's fake, your money's gone. You got something fake. It's over with. Like, you're not getting that back. You fooked up, and that is what it is. So please be safe. Be careful. The second way you can is what is called via a mint. And obviously you've heard me say that a few times. Obviously the Baby Cub Tiger's minting. So what the hell is minting? just literally think of it of real world terms, like minting a coin. It is literally just minting one of these NFTs, whether that's a generative project or whatever the case might be. Put it in this way. If it's a generative project, and let's say, we'll just take the Tigers, for instance. You minted a tiger, and through all the different areas and the code and everything, it's pulling all these different traits. Bing, bang, 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 smack. And it slaps all on one tiger. Bam, there's your mint instantaneously. Now, you can hold on to that forever. You can have it forever and ever. Or you can go relist it on OpenSea, and the price is going to go up, go down, go left, go right. The floor prices for the projects go up, go down, go left, go right. There's a whole additional sales and trading behind these NFTs, as well as the utility and everything I talked about yesterday. So, obviously, a lot to kind of ingest there, but not really. If you just start slow, because I heard this exact message, maybe a little bit differently, but I heard this exact message about a year ago. Almost a fucking year ago to the date. That's wild. I didn't know jack shit about NFTs back then. I didn't know jack shit about NFTs in December, to tell you the truth. And here I am now beating the hammer. I have my own crypto corner on the damn show. But I heard this message, and I was just like, but come on. But don't do that. Don't do that, my friends. Don't do that. Please don't do that. I did it. I sat around for a year, and I feel behind. I could have had a Bored Ape. You guys know what a Bored Ape is. I could have minted one of those bastards. I could have got it for 0.07 Ethereum if I would have just taken the time to do a little bit of research, download a MetaMask, listen to Gary Vaynerchuk, who probably knows a lot more than what the fuck I know. Tell me about a MetaMask. Tell me about OpenSea. Me write it down in a notes app. Think about it a couple times, then never do anything with it until a year later, and now here you see me as a couple of community hype man. So, also, if you get involved in the NFT space, and you just kind of want to be like a holder, and like you just want to hang out, like no big deal, like don't start hanging out and talking to people and like just showing like you're about that action boss, man, because like then they will start asking you to help out and like ask you to like push the project and everything, which I love. It's awesome. I absolutely freaking love it because I believe in the future of this space. But yeah, don't get involved if or don't definitely like come around often if you're not trying to get thrust into the spotlight. Now, obviously it takes a lot of work in order to do that, but just some stuff to think about. So there's my crypto corner for the day, brought to you by Etherbrews. Mint your own right now, 0.05 Ethereum at ETHRBREWS, etherbrews.com. Monday's crypto corner will be searching for a quality project. What are some of the key things? I might have some bullet points, might have some stuff to go through, but we'll talk about searching for a quality project and really what you want to look for. There's a couple key buzzwords that are really popular in the industry right now. Staking is one. The charitable aspect is another big thing. The metaverse and the land is really becoming big right now too. Like what can the project provide me on that aspect? So there's a lot of things we can talk about and kind of searching for that quality project. So I have been fortunate enough to be able to sit here and tell you that I am part of some amazing quality projects. I'm part of communities. I'm part of a super community within the NFT community itself, and I am so blessed and honored to be a part of it. It blows my mind, some of the shit that I hear on a day-to-day basis, that I'm just like, when else would I have had the opportunity to hear this? Like, it just blows my mind. And I hope you guys decide to dip the old pinky toe in the deep end and just, hey, well, you know, maybe your boy Colt will nudge you. And I was a lifeguard in a past life. I'll help you. You won't drown. I got your back. So you guys got questions, I'm telling you, it's not scary. It's not a bad thing. It's just like everybody who was when it came to fucking Web 1 back in the day. I'm gonna tell you guys something. Go back, watch Pam and Tommy if you guys haven't yet on Hulu. I think it's the first or second episode. They talk about Web 1. And I want you to listen to that conversation. You tell me if that conversation doesn't sound like some shit that I'm telling you here today a couple decades later. Who knows? Then again, it's probably nothing. I could be crazy. That does it for my motivation. No, my Colts crypto corner of the day. We still got motivation minutes coming. Sorry. There you go. Once again, brought to you by etherbrews.com. Okay, my friends. Last segment of the day, and we will go on and get on up and get on out of here. Final one on tap. My motivation minutes. This one's short and sweet here, my friends. I heard this last night. My Twitter is literally sports betting and NFTs, and my Instagram is all motivational stuff. And I follow David Goggins and Tony Robbins, and I mean just so many guys that, like, when I'm feeling like a little bitch, I just go watch and I'm like, oh yeah, wait a minute, hold on. Let me in the great words of David Goggins, I gotta shove that inner bitch back down inside of me and get back after it. Let the beast continue to rock. So I was down a rabbit hole last night, listening to some of those guys, just scrolling through reels, because they just have reels on reels on reels that you can dive into with these, and I heard one, and it actually wasn't from. It was from a movie star, and I can't think of what his name is, or even really off the top of the head what any movies he's been in right now. But somebody asked him, what is the meaning of life? Like, how do you survive life? Like, what is the meaning of life? And he said, simple. I'll tell it to you in 5 words: enjoying the passage of time. Life is simply about enjoying the passage of time. Stop taking everything so seriously. Stop taking yourself so seriously. How many times have you said in your life, boy, man, this day's over already? That month's over already? Jeez, where's 2021 gone? How many times you said that in your life? I'm guessing if you have, maybe you haven't taken the opportunity to enjoy the passage of that time. Because if you did, you would be in the present moment. And when you're in the present moment, it doesn't matter how many flying, flaming arrows you have across coming from you on the battlefield, or how many doggone obstacles that you have, how many pitfalls, how many potholes you got in the path for that day. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whatsoever. As long as you stay present and you enjoy it, everything's going to be all good. Everything's going to be fine. And you know, if somebody has the audacity to waste their life to tell you that you're less than, or to tell you that your light is shining too bright and you need to dim it down so other people's can outshine yours, I got 2 words for them, and they're not happy birthday. Because your life is meant for you to enjoy, not for other people to enjoy. You should enjoy your passing of time. You should not have someone else find enjoyment off your passing of time alone. Maybe if you're spreading a good message, maybe if you're spreading positivity, but I'm speaking in the fact of working yourself down to the grindstone and filling the pockets of somebody else when you could simply, instead of being a radio DJ and working for the man, start your own DJ, play up-and-coming artist, and find the next gem, and you both pop off. I don't know. That just popped into my head. That's just how my entrepreneurship mindset works. And I guess enjoying the passage of time also means you don't have to solidify yourself into one thing. I think it's very, very misconstrued that you have to do one thing in this life and one thing alone. If you're not an accountant, you ain't shit. If you're not a checker, a clerk at the grocery store, you're not shit. If you're not a lawyer, you're not shit. If you're not a sports betting media content personality, you're not shit. You can be fucking all of those. Matter of fact, I know a lawyer who is a rather successful divorce lawyer, a rather successful lawyer who's been featured in multiple documentaries in the Great White North, is a heavy investor in the NFT space, is a heavy pusher of the communities, heavily involved in the communities, also is very involved in his family life, also is very involved in a couple other side ventures and investments he has, and he's one of the most down-to-earth, real human beings that will sit and take a moment in time for you. Now, I don't know the last time you tried to come across somebody who is in your favorite lane and you just simply want to be noticed. You just simply want to, hey, I really love your content, and we're both human beings, and I just want to tell you I appreciate you. And because they got that blue check mark in their lane, they're too good to say anything to you. Well, screw that. I don't give a damn. You guys got anything, you want anything, I don't know. Maybe I'm having some side conversations with people who maybe could use a little put on in their life. Maybe I've been blessed and grateful and humbled enough by this space and the opportunities that I've been afforded that maybe I want to pay it forward. And maybe if we all started doing that just a little bit in this life, maybe we could all start enjoying the passage of time just a little bit more. Because then we'd all have each other's backs and each other's best interests at heart, instead of trying to figure out the best way that we can utilize somebody else to further us. And I guess this has gone down all types of rabbit holes. I suppose I had some more stuff on the brain from yesterday that maybe some people needed to hear if they're tuning in. But overall, my friends, stop wasting your life. Stop living it in anxiety and fear and chaos and toxicity and drama. You can remove yourself from those things. This life is always going to be chaos, but you can choose to live your life the way you want to live it. And point blank, period, that comes down to enjoying your passage of time. So, my friends, what is the meaning of life, you ask? Hey, I'll sum it up to you in 5 words. Enjoying the passage of time. And that does it for my motivation minutes of the day. All right, my friends, 18 minutes after the top of the 11 o'clock hour, a little bit longer of a crypto corner, so we went just a little bit longer than usual, but not too shabby. It's time to start the weekend. Quick announcement. You will be seeing me live in primetime tomorrow. Not here on this show, not here on any show of Talking the Lines. It is with another somebody that you guys have seen on one of our previous shows before, for sure. It is for an app. It is for some content. Gonna be talking NCAA, talking Final Four, talking previous cash tickets throughout the bracket. Somebody reached out, and I guess is a great way to officially close the Motivation Minutes. Don't say no. Don't say no. Somebody reaches out, regardless of what it is, my friends. Don't say no. So that's my final closing thoughts. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Might have a little announcement coming out on the Bird app here a little bit later. But there you go. There you have it, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers. Far and wide. For myself, your humbled, honored, hyped, and always handicapping host, Cappin Colt Soroka. I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me, get my picks, my insights, analysis, catch some good vibes, and in addition to that, for you guys' likes, your views, your subscriptions, your shares, your retweets, your everything you guys do for me is beyond that I could put in words. Honestly, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. For you sharing your time with me, little old can barely wipe dipshit off my forehead every morning. I'm good today. It means the world to me. It allows me to continue to chase a dream. It ain't a dream. It's a passion. It's a goal every single day. It allows me to wake up fired up, energized, and charged up, ready to see you guys again and hope to make an impact in one of your lives. So if I have, jump in the DMs. If you need a little more impact, feel free. They're open. I always have time to be an ear or to be a shoulder. Something that a lot of people who get a little bit too big for their britches seem to not be able to do anymore. But that's it for today, my friends. I hope you have a spectacular rest of your Friday, unless you have any other plans whatsoever. A TERRIFIC weekend filled with nothing but trips straight to the pay window. And last but certainly not least, my friends, get all of today's best bets and special plays hammered in from your boy so you can say with me at the end of every single show, put them up in the air. Let's cash some tickets.